obviously, in the first half, we defended, and I thought we swarmed to the ball and we were disciplined. And the most important part, we didn't commit all those just bad fouls we commit. The immature grabbing and guys driving you and you push them. We got to eliminate those fouls. And when we do, we got a chance to be a pretty good basketball team. And then offensively, I think we continue to play better. Jermaine has uplifted. Someone on our team had to take a step forward from a leadership standpoint, and he was willing to do that. And now he's uplifted those other guys. He's taken that responsibility that everybody was trying to shy away from, not because they're not good, not because they don't want it, because they didn't know how to take advantage of it. And he did. He said, the heck with this, I'm doing it. And he's uplifted. So now you're starting to see guys starting to play a lot more aggressive on offense and defense, and which is giving us a chance to obviously play better.
Frank, you mentioned the defense. The on-the-ball defense looked to be really tightened up. Was that just personnel or the way Missouri plays, or just a renewed focus from the guys on how to guard the ball?
No, it's we work at it every day, man, and these kids, they take pride at it. I'm relentless on guys about that. It's, and like I tell them, if you're not willing to learn how to defend the ball, then the whole pipe dream about playing professionally, throw that out the window. And, that's on you. As a coach, it's my job. They all say they want to be pros, which I get. It's my job to help them get there. If you can't guard the ball, you better be one of those guys that's 30 every single night you play. Because if you're not playing for money, real money, and so we work at it diligently. Once again, Jermaine has a mindset. I don't mean to beat a drum here. He's got a mindset that he is just, and he's having like major breakdowns. Like he's doing some stuff that that I'm not happy with him about. But he's got a mindset that he's not going to give in regardless of how hard it gets. And he's willing to be vocal, he's willing to uplift, and he's willing to confront when people don't do what they're supposed to do. And since he's been willing to do that, I've got to give him some rope. I can't hold him back. And but I think you're starting to see AJ play better. I think Jermaine gives us a toughness on the ball. Trey Hannibal is not there yet, but he's starting to turn the corner slightly, little by little, to play within our structure. TJ Moss fights that ball. I was so happy that his ball went in today because he shot it really good in practice yesterday. And TJ's a good shooter. He just needs that ball to go in for him. But he fights the ball. And Justin's relentless. It's just Mike played the best game he's played in a uniform here today. And Mike's energy, his toughness, his aggression is the best I've ever seen him play with.
Kind of sticking with Mike a little bit, he dunked again, obviously, today and took some charges. Is that, you touched on, is that the best all-around performance you've seen from him in quite a while, but just in terms of his aggression and his offensive game coming together? So
since he's from Estonia, does he qualify as a white guy?
I think so, yeah.
So I guess white guys can dunk. It's he can do that. Like he had another play late in the, not late, it was kind of maybe 6-7 minutes into the second half, where somebody drove the ball, made a great pass. Mike is exactly where he was at. They dropped it on him. Just go and crush it. But instead, he decided to shot fake it, and then he ends up missing the little bunny jump hook. Yeah, it's, but how many free throws did he shoot today?
10.
There you go. When's the last time Mike Kotsar shot 10 free throws? He's being aggressive. And when he plays aggressive, he's a really good player. I'm really happy for Mike. Senior playing his tail off to help our team. I've got so much respect for seniors. It's they grow, they fight, they take my coaching, which is not easy, and then they spread their wings their senior year and go out and play their tails off. And I'm really, really happy for Mike.
Frank, I saw Key kind of going back and forth to the tunnel, and Justin had that
Hold
thumb.
on, hold on. You're making me nervous, man. I mean, you're staring at me like I'm like, Jesus. I mean, go ahead. What were you saying? Jesus.
I saw Key going back and forth to the tunnel, and then Justin had his thumb taped. Both those guys okay?
Well, how about that? There's like a big dark cloud on top of this campus, and the lightning bolts tend to hit certain sports. And I'll give you a rundown of what we just went through this week. Trey Hannibal, if you guys follow the news, the shooting and murders in Hartsville, one of those people got killed is one of Trey's closest friends. So we dealt with that. We get off the plane after the Arkansas game, no issues. Thursday morning, Jalen walks in, says, I can't extend my knee. And we have no idea what happened. He has no idea. We had no idea. There's no structural damage, but the back of his knee was just kind of swollen. So he had not practiced. He went through shoot around, and he convinced Mark, let me give it a go. So the doctors were good with it, so he gave it a go. Yesterday we went through our typical practice. I left practice and I was like, good. Everybody was good. No ankle tweak, no headache, no thumbnail, nothing. And Keyshawn walks in this morning, and not the knee that he hurt earlier, the other knee, swollen. And it's like, are you kidding me, man? This can't be. Again, no structural damage. I mean, Mark, our doctors, Chris Mazaway, Mark Roger, they're special people. Since there's no structural damage, it's a matter of, are you willing to try? And he said he was. So away we went. And those two kids gave us everything they could. And then Justin, I don't know, you guys got real good eyes as far as looking at me, because you guys can read my lips. You're unbelievable how good your eyes are. But I don't know if you saw Justin's thumb. I mean, that thing was like, whew. So it popped out, so I had to put it back in place. So, now it's, I'm sure he's going to MRI and the whole thing tomorrow. He got through the second half, so I hope that the news is okay on that one.
Frank, Mike talked about how experience has helped this team compared to when you guys started the season and where you guys are at now. Have you noticed how just in practice maybe you're not blowing the whistle every 2 seconds as much, or just in terms of just your expectations, they understand what you expect out of them?
Yeah, talent doesn't help you survive. Talent just gives you an opportunity. You still got to understand how to manage everything that comes at you. And we started the year outside of A.J. Lawson. Nobody else has really played college basketball. I think T.J. played 3 or 4 games at the guard spot. So all our guards were first-year guys. And now you're talking about Justin coming off like a serious knee injury, and he's trying to get his marbles back together. And then Keyshawn goes out and whacks his knee like a week before our first game. So now we're down another guy that has played major minutes for us. And I've been happy. I try to be honest with you guys. Obviously, there's certain things I'm not going to share with the public, but I'm honest with what I feel. And I've told you guys I like this team just because we're immature sometimes, and we're not ready to take on the challenge. That allows me to be frustrated because I'm the one that's with them every day. But you can't win when you're battling those things. And to Mike's point, we've got guys that got pride, and I think as we've gone through the season, it's brought them closer together, and it's allowing us to play pretty good right now. Now, how long is that ride going to go for? Now we got to. I don't even know, where do we go? I got no idea. Ole Miss. And now we got another hard road game, and everyone looks at records and they're like, it's going to be an easy one. No, it's not. It's going to be really hard. They got 2 guards that are phenomenal. But we'll worry about them on Monday.
Frank, you talked about Jermaine's attitude and filtering around the rest of the team. Is Mike a guy who needs somebody with that attitude that he can get alongside of and play the way he's been playing?
Absolutely, Pete. Mike's going to give you everything he's got. That's why he's been a starter from day one here. He didn't start because I think he looks good in our team picture or makes us impressive when we walk on the court for the jump ball. he's a good-looking dude. I wish I looked like him. But Mike has earned the right to be on the court because he's all about the team. Mike's going to be uplifting. Mike is going to give you everything he's got, but Mike's just not a confrontational kind of personality. And neither's AJ. Keyshawn's still trying to learn how to become a basketball player. You can't be confrontational when you're trying to understand how to become a basketball player. And Jermaine don't care. If you get mad at him, that's your problem. He's really not in the mood to listen to why you're mad. He's telling you what you need to do. But he wasn't doing that back in November and December. You know, he started turning. I think when before the Florida game, when he tweaked his back and it didn't allow him to play, and I haven't asked him this, it's just a feel as a coach. I think that really bothered him, that he couldn't play. But from that day forward, he's been really good, and he's just cut that way. And Darius was like that. Carrero was like that. There's certain guys that they're your teammate. When you do things right, they uplift you. They tell you like he spends the whole game telling Mike, go, man. You're the biggest dude on the team. I'm gonna pass you the ball. You got to go take that shot. So he uplifts you. But now, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, he don't care. You're going to hear from him, which then allows me to coach basketball. I don't have to be the guy kind of, because when I have to do it, we got no chance, can't win. So I really feel that's what's given our team a chance. And helped Mike, which he needed.
Greg, you talked in the preseason about Jermaine and AJ kind of creating that chemistry when Jermaine was obviously sitting out but still practicing. Was today one of the prime examples of that, where it's really, really starting to click? I mean, obviously the alley-oop sticks out, but what other things do you think those two have done together that have really helped you at that backcourt spot?
I mean, AJ's a real good player. I mean, he went through a bad stretch there, and if he was a bad kid or he didn't work, I would have been worried. But I was frustrated, but I wasn't worried. It's okay to be frustrated. You're going to find out real soon, because I believe you don't have a lot of time left as a single man. God blesses you, and you have a child. You're going to understand it's okay to be frustrated. It's all right. Nothing. That's it's puppies are always happy though. I don't care what you do, the puppy's happy. So with AJ, it was just a matter of him. You cover us, you travel, you see us play here, he went through a stretch. He had no smile on his face. He had no joy. He's kind of regaining that, and that's what's allowing him to defend better, to be more aggressive. Those two guys are, they're both good players, and they're opposite personalities, so they connect. They're not the same personality. One talks, the other one's quiet. One's aggressive, the other one is as aggressive as they ask him to be, and they connect. And so I'm excited for the way that those two guys. You don't go to Arkansas and win unless your guards are playing at a high level, because their guards play at a high level, and it's 16,000 people losing their minds. We went up there and we were in the lead, buzzer to buzzer, and those two guys had a lot to do with that.
I guess, Frank, it seemed like every time Missouri kind of made a little bit of run to chip away, you guys answered with a run or kind of held steady. What's that say about maybe the resolve of this team, and just especially with all these injuries and whatnot going on around you guys?
Yeah, when you have an injury or you lose a game, or if you just don't play guys, then you can't complain when you have to throw them out there in the middle of January or February. Colin, we recruit these kids because we think they can help us win. If they do everything we ask of them, I've got to figure out a way to play them. That's my job. I can't be happy with everything they do and then say, no, you're not good enough to play. Then why we recruit them? So it's that's all part of it. It's how I do things. It's the message we share with our players, and give them credit, because it's about the team. It's not about me. It's not about It's about they've bought into the whole team thing. So sometimes some guy like TJ didn't play real good against Arkansas. But he came back, had a great practice yesterday and played fairly well. I know he had a couple cheap turnovers there in the second half, but he played really well today. And, Trey Hannibal played great against Arkansas. Well, he wasn't as great today, but TJ picked him up. Jair wasn't any good today, so that's what it's about. It's picking each other up, having each other's back, and being ready when your number's called.
Frank, offense, defense, aggressive play, effort. Was this the most complete game y'all played all year?
I don't know. I know we played well in the first half, and the one thing that we did bad again today, we missed too many free throws. And one of the reasons they were able to go on a run to shrink the game is we started missing free throws. We're up 13 at the half, and we gave up that just a bad defensive play, a shot. If not, we're up 15. And we went into the locker room, we had missed 7 free throws. And we start the second half, and we missed, first handful of free throws we shot. And I think Justin went 0 for 2, and then Mike came in and missed the front end, the first one out of a 2-shot foul. So you go 1 for 4 from the line, and they got good players. They got a heck of a coach. So they make a couple baskets, and all of a sudden you're in a 9-8-point game or whatever it is. And we're going to keep working on them free throws. I mean, I know fans always want to know if we practice free throws, we're going to keep working on them, and I just hope that Achilles heel, I shouldn't say Achilles heel because we make them in practice. I just hope that somehow, some way, we get to a place where guys can lock in and make more of the shots that we're missing. My whole thing is we're not missing balls left, right, air ball short, off the backboard. It's either just short or just long. So that tells me technique's pretty good. So we just have to find the confidence to be a little more consistent there.
Coach, 3-game win streak. It's the first day of February. Do you feel like this team is starting to consistently play up to its potential game in and game out now that you guys are in the home stretch here of the month of February?
I feel like that till I wake up tomorrow morning. And then I start watching Ole Miss on film, and you sit around and you're like, we'll never win another game again. It's the life I live at this time of year. But how they practice. I tell players all the time, the only thing that gives me peace heading into a game is how we prepare. If our energy, our preparation is good, let's go play whoever. I don't care. Let's go. I'll be at peace. When we don't prepare well, we can play this bottle and 4 others, and I'm not at peace. So my concern is always about the day that we got. So on Monday, I expect us to come in here and have a great workout, and then follow that up with a better one on Tuesday, and then go lay it on the line. That's what they're doing. They're laying it on the line. I told our players, because we're so young, and young people always look at the whole thing. The older you get, the more focus you get on today. The younger you are, the more you look at the whole thing. I told our players when we got back from Arkansas, I said, this ain't the time of year, excuse my bad English, but it's how I told them, this ain't the time of year to pout, to mope, to make excuses. We don't have 6 months of basketball. We don't have 90 practices and 30 games. We've got 22 practices, 11 games. That's what we got left. So we maximized the last 2 days and played well today. So now we're down to 20 practices and 10 games. And we have to keep our focus. That's all we got left. So I followed that up with today. What I told the guys is there's times in life where you got to put the brakes on, just like when you're driving. There's times that you got to hit the gas. This is the time right now that we got to keep hitting that gas, and we got to go as fast as we can. So, and see what this team can become. Thank you.